We usually associate cartoons with children, but in today's society, some cartoons are way more R-rated than they appear. Stay tuned to find out which episode of American Dad left fans feeling disgusted. New to the Trendy? Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Now onto 10 animated shows parents thought were for kids and were so wrong. South Park. If you've ever seen an episode of South Park, then you already know that it's not suitable for children. Despite their use of clip art style graphics that look super innocent, the show is anything but. First of all, the cast curses so much that it almost feels like you're watching an episode of Jerry Springer. It also makes fun of pretty much everyone and everything. Quite honestly, South Park is one of the least politically correct cartoons in the entire world. The show is so worrisome that parents on EssentialBaby.com even had a debate over what age a child is old enough to watch such a cartoon. If you have a debate about it, then you probably shouldn't let your kids watch it until they are older. The Simpsons. It didn't take long for parents to clue into the fact that The Simpsons isn't a very kid-friendly TV show. Even if we disregard the constant cursing, there are so many other red flags in this show that make it better suited for adults. Almost all of the jokes told on The Simpsons would make an adult blush due to their explicit nature. There are even a few episodes in which Homer runs around butt naked. Does that sound like something that a 5-year-old should be watching? Probably not, unless you want them to grow up to become a crude person who makes really inappropriate jokes. Family Guy. Everything about Family Guy screams not child-friendly. First of all, Peter Griffin's favorite place to meet his friends is at a bar. That's not really the best place to be teaching kids about, is it? His best friend, Quagmire, is a playboy who goes out on dates and then never speaks to the poor women again. And if that isn't enough for you, there's even an episode in which Quagmire's sister, Brenda, gets abused by her boyfriend. Can you imagine what would happen if a parent accidentally let their kids watch that episode? Shows like this one should probably come with a super strict age restriction, don't you think? American Dad. For some reason, animators really enjoy making X-rated cartoons about families. The family storyline makes these shows look innocent. But after watching an episode, you realize that that isn't the case at all. American Dad is a great example of this. In the show, Stan works for the CIA. He also has a body double named Bill, who stands in for him whenever he has extremely dangerous missions. All of that would have been fine if his daughter Haley wasn't attracted to Bill. There is even an entire episode centered around Haley and Bill's relationship, which is the creepiest thing we've ever seen. Here's a pro-parenting tip for you. Keep your kids away from this show. BOJACK Horseman. If parents watching this video don't already have parental controls set up on their Netflix accounts, this next entry will surely make them do that right away. BOJACK Horseman is a Netflix cartoon with a cover image that looks super sweet and cute. Just look at the adorable little horse in the photo. But this show is anything but sweet or cute. BOJACK is a washed-up actor who can't seem to get his life together. He spends his time drinking away his sorrows and chasing after women who leave him feeling unsatisfied. Not the romantic fairy tale that most kids want to watch. F is for Family. F is for Family is another Netflix original that parents should definitely look into blocking. Frank Murphy, the father in this series, is constantly yelling profanities at his family. He often attacks his children verbally and emotionally, which leaves them unable to function properly in society. Doesn't that sound depressing to you? Who would want their children to watch something like that? This show is far too dark to be a good comedy for kids. Honestly, we're not even sure that adults want to watch such a sad show. Real life is hard enough, and we don't want to watch cartoons that bring us down. Rick and Morty. While Rick and Morty might be one of the funniest shows around, it is definitely not for anyone who hasn't gone through puberty. The show follows Morty on his adventures with his grandpa Rick. The only problem is that his grandfather is a real-life mad scientist. He treats Morty like a slave and is always yelling profanities. The jokes on this show are always either way too dark or way too dirty for us to mention here. Morty also suffers from crippling anxiety, which prevents him from doing pretty much anything on his own. We definitely wouldn't recommend that anyone watch Rick and Morty if they're under the age of 13. Big Mouth. The most probable reason that Big Mouth is in cartoon form is because the creator couldn't possibly get away with letting actual people do what the characters on the show do. Big Mouth is centered around a group of preteens who are going through puberty. We bet that you can imagine what that means. But if you can't, believe us when we tell you that there is nothing G-rated about this show. This cartoon is one of the most explicit ones that Netflix has in its lineup. We would definitely recommend that parents personally watch this show before allowing their kids to click on it. Some of the things in this cartoon are so gross that they can't be unseen. And who wants their kid to learn about puberty from a TV show? This one sounds like a definite no-no for kids. King of the Hill. King of the Hill is so inappropriate that IMDb even has a parental guide for it. The guide says that the show is full of explicit jokes and some mild nudity. There are also so many other clean shows out there that parents can let their kids watch. Why subject them to nudity, cursing, and other adult themes when they don't have to? Even teenagers should steer clear of this show until they're a bit older. Don't worry, reruns of this show are always playing, so it will still be around for the kids to watch once they're more mature. Archer. If ever there was a cartoon that kids should be banned from watching, it's Archer. This show thrives off of dirty jokes and likes to purposely shock its audience. The characters are also always doing explicit things that are hard for parents to explain to their children without ruining their innocence. The main character, Archer, is a womanizer who is always commenting on the appearances of women around him, but everyone else on this show is just as bad as he is. The HR lady, Pam Poovey, also makes crass jokes about men and their looks. This is a show that you definitely want your kids to never see. And that's it for 10 animated shows parents thought were for kids, and were so wrong. Were you shocked by the adult themes in these cartoons? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.